If I understood the question right, essentially what you're asking is, there are competitive offers for development projects, why should countries not take advantage of it? I mean, if I could rephrase it in a way. It's international relations is competitive. Every country will look for opportunities and see what it can do. But while doing so, it's in their own interest to be prudent about what they're getting into, to do the due diligence. We have seen now countries, including in our region, being saddled with large debts. We have seen projects which are commercially unsustainable, airports where an aircraft doesn't come, harbors where a ship doesn't come. I think people would be justified in asking themselves, what am I getting into? It's obviously in the interest of the country concerned, but it's also in the interest of the international community, because unsustainable projects don't end there. They then often the next is debt becomes equity, and that becomes something else. So there are real concerns out there. So I think it's very important all of us make informed decisions, but of course very competitive decisions. If I can come back to your question, and my sense is, the Quad has agreed to do a vaccine project. I don't think the Quad necessarily has identical views on all subjects, including on the TRIPS waiver. I think we have a range of views on that. Perhaps ours are the most, in my view, progressive, but call it whatever. But the point I think which is troubling is, if you have a once-in-a-century pandemic with such horrific consequences, and then say, but it has to be business as usual when it comes to producing vaccines, ask yourself, are we doing the right thing? And this is not a one-off on vaccines. I mean, I would argue that is really what's happening on climate change as well. I mean, we get these homilies on how it's an existential issue. But when it comes down to actually putting resources or, spreading technology in a sense for public good, we don't see that. So there are real issues. I think the global south has serious concerns. One of the deep worries for the international order is large parts of the world will be under or non-vaccinated, and this will be stretching out of a pandemic, possibly, which need not have happened if we collectively had more effective policies.
Thank you very much.